What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Molo In The City podcast. I am sitting here with our official legal correspondent, Miss Dayna Thomas. How you doing, darling?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure having you, darling. I want to find out, because you actually have your own law firm.
Yes,
right?
I do.
What's the name of your law firm?
The law office of Dayna Thomas, LLC, DaynaThomasLaw.com.
Now, how did you get started with your law firm?
You know, I always wanted to be a lawyer. I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just had a vision for my life, the type of lawyer that I wanted to be, and I felt like it was different than what was out there. So even when I started law school, everything that I did was for the purpose of starting my own law firm. So every decision that I made, every person I met, every event that I went to was all to start my law firm, because I knew that I wanted to set my life up there the way I wanted it to be. So here I am, and I'm so excited to be the owner of a law firm.
What made you want to get engaged with the actual entertainment side of it? Like what, because I know there's so many different venues or ways you can go with law, but you have an interest in entertainment, so why?
Well, it actually starts when I was younger. I was the actual entertainer, which is different than now. I used to dance, I used to do tap dance, ballet, sing in the church choir. I even auditioned for The Lion King on Broadway. So it started when I was younger, living in New York. But as the years went by, I started to be more involved in business and law. So when I started to take law more seriously, I wanted to marry the two. So I loved entertainment, but I didn't want to be in front of the camera as much anymore. So I married entertainment and law, and here came entertainment law. So that's me.
That's what's up. Why do you feel like it's so important for people to value their lawyers, and that these people in entertainment need their lawyers? Because first of all, y'all see the nonsense and debauchery that be going on TV.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying? And celebrities always getting into trouble, and we always doing messy things. But like, what is the importance of you? Where do you come into play?
It is. So there's two types of lawyers when it comes to entertainment. So you have the transactional law, which is basically your contracts, your record deals, management agreements, and things like that. And then you also have the criminal type of lawyers that will help those artists and stuff get out of trouble. I do the transactional law, and basically that's making sure that artists have their business in order. A lot of times they just focus on the craft. They're either a singer or a songwriter, and that's what they're good at. So my job is to teach them the music industry, the entertainment industry, and how things work so that they can make smart decisions and make money off of what they do.
Well, a lot of people on the outside looking in don't know how important it is to have an entertainment lawyer. But it's very important because, like you said, the contracts, the different things. We went to our Facebook and we had them to ask, questions. We would love for you to answer. If
Sure,
you don't mind.
yes.
Well, let's start with our Facebook questions, okay? A lot of people have been asking questions they would like to ask you. Newborn from Atlantic City, New Jersey. If you have a venue and contract and they paid in full and they decided they can't accommodate your event and they canceled, can you sue them?
You know what's funny? I actually had a situation like that before, and yes, you can sue them. That's called breach of contract.
It's a coin.
But before you actually take someone to court, it can get really expensive. You probably want to hire a lawyer to get them to send a letter on your behalf first. Maybe they'll pay up without having to sue them. It'll save you a lot of money and get it resolved.
What about the artists? Do you have to pay the artists as well?
So the people that have actually, there's a lot of things that you have to get in place when you're booking a venue event. So sometimes you have to pay a photographer, you have to pay the venue, and when the artist actually doesn't come, everything falls out of place. So depending on the contracts that you have in place, sometimes, with, for example, the venue, if you have a contract with the venue, there should be a clause in there if you use the lawyer that says if the artist doesn't show up, then the contract, doesn't have to go through. But if it doesn't, if you still have to pay all the other third parties, then it would be up to the artist to give you that money to make up for everything else that you had to pay for. So there's a lot of ins and outs. It's really important to have a lawyer to help you and to represent you. But before you take anyone to court, try to send that letter so you can save you some money.
That's important. Y'all know that's prevalent in Atlanta, because Atlanta, they always throw in advance, and sometimes you got janky promoters, sometimes you got janky artists. So y'all need to pay attention to this right
And
here.
it all starts with how the contract is drafted. There's so much business that goes on, and the contracts are not together. There's no contract because you have a relationship. There's so many different things. It's cool to do business with friends, but you gotta have your business and your contracts and paperwork in order to prevent stuff like this. So.
Question number 2.
Okay.
Waswell Sutton. Is there a way to ensure my intellectual property cannot be stolen? If so, how?
So that's kind of a trick question. The answer is no. Your property can always be stolen, but the correct answer is you can get money for it. So as far as entertainment, well, there's 3 types of intellectual property. You have copyright, you have trademark, you have patents. Patents don't really relate that much to the entertainment industry. That's when you have an invention. But copyright and trademarks do. So copyright is if you write a song, you can get a copyright for it. You can register your copyright. Trademarks is if you have a brand, like the name of your business or your artist name or the name of your book, things like that. So copyright and trademark are the types of intellectual property that relates to entertainment. So you always want to make sure that your songs are registered with the Copyright Office, your books are registered, your scripts are registered, and it's not that difficult, but I would say you should hire a lawyer to do it because it will take time out of your day. So what I usually recommend to my clients is that they can focus on their craft. So if you're spending time trying to figure out how to register a copyright, then you're taking away time from studio, taking away time from writing your script, from practicing your role. Yeah. So it's really important that you have someone that's knowledgeable to register your copyright, to register your trademarks. So yeah, it's really important to get your intellectual property. It's not going to stop your work from being stolen, but you can get your money for it.
That's right.
Well, like you're saying with suing, isn't there a risk anyway? Because it doesn't even cost to even get somebody to sue. So you run the risk of suing somebody and then not only not getting money, but you lost the money that you put in to try to sue them. So
to even put in your complaint, which is telling the court that something is wrong, that can go like $250 just to give in that paperwork. And then lawyers' fees and
that's
different
new
things
weave right there.
Yeah, it can get really expensive. Yeah. So what I usually do, I start with a cease and desist letter. You let whoever it is that's using your intellectual property, using your song, using your picture, without asking, you send them a letter that's going to scare them.
The warning shot. That's the warning
when
shot.
It comes from an attorney,
That's the warning shot.
They usually respond when it comes from an attorney, and you just let them know what's going on and demand however much money that you have lost from that, and you can go from there. If they don't respond, take them to court.
Well, I might need to be calling you because now somebody else, since I've been using Miss Juicy Baby, somebody else trying to use, I'm not going to say no names, but anyway.
Well, that right there is trademark,
I'm trying to tell you. They're trying to use it, baby.
Because people invest.
Warning shot.
Yeah, people invest so much in their brand, so it's really important that you protect that. Branding is so important with me and my clients. Anytime you come to me with a contract, my first question is is this consistent with the brand and your vision? So you shouldn't sign any contract. Do not sign any contract. It has to be consistent with your vision and the brand that you want for your future, and we go from there.
That's what's up. Y'all clearly see that the lady knows what she's talking about. So, Ms. Dayna, if people want to get in touch with you, utilize you for your services, how would they do so?
Well, you can go to DaynaThomasLaw.com. That's www.DaynaThomasLaw.com. Also Twitter, Dayna Thomas Law, and Facebook, Dayna Thomas Law.
That's what's up. And also, you guys keep in mind that she rocks a Molo in the City the long way. She's going to continue to answer your legal questions because we got you, okay? So be sure to send in all your questions to inthecitypodcast@gmail.com or contact us on our IG or Twitter at Molo in the City Podcast, all right?
That's right.
That's what's up. We'll be right back with more Molo in the City.